Now, it is significant that the first trip overseas for the 45th president included Israel. Very, very important. However, what exactly was accomplished here? Joining me now, the founder of the American Truth Project, Barry Nussbaum. Barry, I think one of the things that was accomplished, the Trump administration coming out and saying, yes, Jerusalem is in Israel. It seems axiomatic to me, but I guess to other parts of the world, maybe it's not. So yes, Jerusalem is part of Israel. Other than that, your opinion, what else has been accomplished here by this trip?
Well, Graham, first comment, yes, of course, Jerusalem's in Israel. And for anyone that's ever been there, it's as obvious as New York is in the United States. However, Jerusalem, Israel, and just Jerusalem has changed 3 times on the State Department's itinerary since Trump has been traveling. So while President Trump knows where it is, the State Department isn't as clear, and that's rather sad. I think several things important were accomplished. Number one, he being the president, called out the fact that there is terrorism in the world and he's not going to put up with it. Really strong statements both in Saudi Arabia and in Israel. He also made the point that ISIS, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, etc., are all targeting Jews, and there will be no more of that without the United States standing strongly with Israel. That was a big change from the way it used to be. And I really want to know what happened behind the scenes between Trump and Abbas regarding Abbas supporting terrorism even yet today, Graham.
Well, that's a very good question, Barry. And it's one of the things I was going to hit you with. We know Mahmoud Abbas he's a terrorist. He supports terrorists. He studied terrorism, from what I understand, in school. Right. He also is, I believe, a Holocaust denier. So, yeah, what went on, do you think? Do you think that Donald Trump said, hey, you're going to have to disavow this if we're going to have some sort of peace deal? Do you think he played hardball with him?
Well, the White House leaked the fact that when Abbas came to the White House, Trump said privately to him, if you don't stop supporting terrorism, in other words, paying terrorist families stipends for life if they die, right, and paying terrorist families and the terrorists that are in Israeli prisons salaries for life, if you don't stop that, we're going to cut off your money. And you know what the Palestinian Authority said as soon as he left? That was a crazy request, they said, about the president. Now, supposedly, it was on their agenda again privately. I really want to know what happened in that meeting, Graham.
Okay, so let's talk about what didn't happen. It appears that the U.S. Embassy, at least for now, is going to stay put in Tel Aviv and is not going to move to Jerusalem. And not only was this a campaign promise from President, or then campaigning candidate Trump, but this is an important symbolic move. It sends a message to the entire Middle East and beyond that the United States is firmly behind what Israel wants and what is part of Israel. It also dovetails into the West Bank. And, we're still using language that it's Israel that's occupying the West Bank. No, it's not. This is Israel's territory. It is the Palestinians who are occupying the West Bank.
Yeah, you make an excellent point, Graham. There's one country in the world, in the civilized world, that doesn't get to say where visiting embassies go, and that's Israel. Why? Because the Palestinian narrative has made Israel not connected to Jerusalem. That's pathetic. There's a United States law that mandates the embassy be put in Jerusalem, and every president for 25 or 30 years has waived that law. Guess what? It comes up for waiver again June 1st. So President Trump has until June 1st to either announce he's moving the embassy or waive the law for 6 months.
Well, as of now, we hear it's tied to some peace agreement. And it worries me. Obviously, the president is a friend of Israel, and it's great to see Benjamin Netanyahu smiling once again, a real smile from ear to ear. But right, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater here in this desire to have a peace agreement with terrorists. Very thin.